What's going on, folks? Welcome to another episode of Seeing Live. I'm Colion Noir. The name Benghazi has come to mean more than a city of Libya. It's come to represent the unnecessary loss of American life, the terrifying hatred that Islamic extremists have for Americans, and also the failings of our former Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton. One of the heroes who survived the Battle of Benghazi is our first guest, Kris Paronto, also known as Tanto, one of the coolest nicknames I've heard thus far, personally.
Yeah, it fits me though, brother. Fits me.
Yeah. Hey. So what's going on, man?
Just hanging out. Last day in Nebraska before I get back on the road again and start doing the speaking thing again.
Yeah.
And then just still staying busy, real busy actually. Surprised things are still kicking along. And then I don't know if you'll be there, but I'll see somebody there at the NRA convention.
I'll be there.
Here in a couple weeks. So we'll see each other there in a couple weeks. Then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. So just kind of get some preliminary stuff out of the way, just so people get a better understanding of who you are. You know, and first and foremost, so initially, well, you're an Army Ranger. What made you want to join the military initially? We're just gonna start from gate.
You know what? Divine intervention. I'll tell everybody how it happened. I had no inclinations to join in the military at all. I had nothing. I thought about it. I played football through college. In fact, I joined after college. So all those out there, hey, it's okay to get your bachelor's degree first before joining the Army. I did that. I was walking through a student union building there at Colorado Mesa University, finishing up, didn't know what I was going to do, and an Army recruiter saw me out of a group of kids sitting in the student union and said, "Hey, come see this video." And I must have had idiot stamped on my forehead. I think that's what it was. And he showed me a video of the 75th Ranger Regiment.
Yeah.
It wasn't just Rangers, a Ranger school. It was of the regiment itself. And back then, of course, we had black berets. Now they wear tan. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And I even asked him, and that's what I said. I said, "Hey, is it hard?" The recruiter said, oh, hell yeah, it's hard. I said, "Do people quit?" He says, "Yeah, people quit." I said, "Well, all right, let's sign me up." And, I'll be honest, I did go to this Navy SEALs, and I did look at the SEAL Challenge first. And nothing against the SEALs. I just thought, and this is me, my opinion, I just thought regiment was harder. So I was like, well, I'll go in a regiment. Again, SEAL buddies, if you're in special ops, it's all hard. It is difficult. It was just, I'm just telling you what my thinking was, but I don't have any disrespect for the SEALs at all. And of course, they know that we are always banded brothers and we're always going to fight together. And of course, Benghazi that night, we were Rangers, SEALs, and Marines on that paramilitary team, and we fought together as brothers. So That's how it went.
So how did you end up in Benghazi?
Well, was a contractor at the time. I wasn't in the service, and that's some clarification. Most people know that follow the story now know that we were contractors. Now, we did not work for any subcontractor, Blackwater, Triple Canopy, Ocean Hunter. Granted, I have worked for those organizations before. We were all direct hires. The CIA actually did something right, got smart, and hired us directly so they could save a little money but pay us a little bit more. And it's just luck of the draw. Again, you look at it and you look at faith, you look at God, and it has a lot to do with it. Yeah. It's just divine intervention that he had those 6 guys there at that particular time. And honestly, those 6 guys, which consisted of myself and Tyrone Woods and D.B. Benton, Marcos guys, John Tigan, and Jack Silva, was the best guys to have there for the job because we gelled with. Not that we were the best tactically, we just gelled. And you needed that night for a team that maybe not all got along, but we were all on the same page when it came to doing the job, and we all knew what our particular strengths and weaknesses were, and we all relied on each other and those strengths and weaknesses. And it was, I'll be honest, it was a fantastic experience. People say, "Oh, that's crazy." Yeah. No, it's not. It was a wonderful experience. I'd go back in a heartbeat if somebody said, "Get on a plane, we're going back to Benghazi." Yeah,
really.
Roger that. I'm at Epley. Let's get out of here. Let's go do it.
So why is that? Because you're right. Because I know a lot of people would hear that and think, "Hell no, I don't want anything to do with Benghazi." Like, I'm done. So what was it about the experience that you can walk away from that?
I think I might be a little touched in the head. Maybe maybe got hit in the head too many times. It's possible. But the bottom line is that guys, and I'm speaking generally, but I think guys like myself, I'm an older gentleman now. I'm in my 40s, 46. Be honest with you, it's all you viewers. Don't hate me. I got a little gray going on, but you like the ups and downs. You like the adrenaline. And then sometimes you like being at rock bottom. Yeah. We don't live right here. And I think that's where places like Benghazi, or the guys are going over to Syria, or the guys that did the initial surge in Iraq, the guys are in Delta, the guys are still at regiment that have been doing it for years and years and years. You enjoy that huge
The
high,
elevation, yeah.
but then you also feed off that pain that you got. It's that pain, and it's just that feeling.
Yeah.
And being in Benghazi, you had that 13 hours. I know people don't realize I deployed for 10 years prior to Benghazi,
yeah.
and then I did a year, not a year. I did another deployment to Yemen after Benghazi. I enjoy that ups and downs. That 13 hours, you were all over the place.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
It was, yeah.
Do you think that the extreme ups and extreme downs actually kind of almost create an even kill in many ways?
I mean, you do. I mean, that's a good way. I'm going to use that again. I'm stealing that from you.
Hey, have at it.
All right. So if you see me do that on Hannity or something, you get credit. You get credit for it. But I think it does. I think it does create that even keel where you're going so crazy all the time that eventually that's your way of life. So here's your way of life right here, and you need to have that roller coaster. And in those situations like that, we have a thing called the flow.
Yeah.
You get into it, and your world just opens up. It's beautiful. I mean, the colors you don't see colors like that except when you're in those kind of experiences, whether they be terrible to some people or great to other people like myself. You just don't get that experience when you're back home, no matter what. And the Brotherhood, of course, you don't have that kind of. And guys, I played football all the way through college. That's how I paid for college. I was actually pretty good my freshman and sophomore year. Then I got fat my junior and senior year. But I had that teamwork, and I grew up at Brigham Young University where my dad coached. They were national champions. I was around the Jim McMahons and Steve Youngs growing up. Those guys saw that teamwork. The Lavelle Edwards, the Norm Childs, Mike Holmgrens. You don't have that still. I mean, that's great teamwork, but you don't have that when your life depends on it, and you miss it. You really do. You miss it.
I mean, I've had somebody explain it to me. Well, they attempted to explain it to me, and even comparing it to the love that he has for his wife and his family. It's not that he loved his family more, that he loved his Brotherhood more, but it's just something that no one can understand or really be able to grasp unless you were part of it.
And you're exactly right.
Yeah, and so it made no sense, but made perfect sense at the time. So
and then so he's explaining it correctly then, because that's how it is. You don't, and people will roll their eyes at me. I've had even loved ones, people that I've trusted, roll their eyes at me and say, I've been through this. No, you haven't. Unless you've been through it, you've done all that, and you've been through all the punishment before, the BUDS, the Ranger schools, the Ranger Indoc, the RASP, the selection, and you've done that together, and you've built your way up into being into the pinnacle, which is in combat. You don't know. And that's not knocking you. You just don't know. Just like I don't know how to bear a child. I don't know that. And I'm not going to say that I know what that experience is. Don't tell me that you know what that experience is of Brotherhood until you've been in combat and you've done all those things leading up to it, which in the special ops community, there's not many.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I remember vividly watching. I remember watching the movie, and there was a line where Tanto. I'm going to talk as if you're not Tanto. And he said something during the lull, and he was talking to him. He basically saying he doesn't get scared. Is that something that you really felt, or is that just
actually? And I did say I didn't get scared, and it's not that I didn't have the adrenaline. The adrenaline's there. Yeah. But you have to be able to utilize that adrenaline either to positives or negatives. The negative is you get scared. Now some people, that's how they're so scared they don't want to die, and that's how they survive. I don't know what that is. Gotcha. The adrenaline to me, it's adrenaline. Utilize that adrenaline. That's energy. That's power. That's to me, that's what people do Aikido and Jiu-Jitsu and all that. That's what they call the ki or the chi. That's what I think it is. Gotcha. It's that adrenaline, and you push it out to your extremities. You push it out to your brain, and so I think that's why the world opens up so much. And it's not scared. And you also, this is where the faith comes in. You accept the fact that you are there. Yeah. You are there for a reason. God put you there on the ground. Okay, God, I'm here. Let's do it. What do you need me to do? And if you die, well, you know what? I die at peace with you. You don't want to die. You're not trying to. Yeah. You're not trying to. But if you accept whatever fate that he has in store for you, doesn't mean you don't fight any harder, because believe me, you do. Yeah. But you say, God, here I am. Use me. What do you need me for? And then you don't get scared. And I'll be honest, you fight a lot harder because you're not worried about dying now. You're just worried about, I don't want to let my guys down, and I just want to do my job. And I want to take out as many of those damn terrorists and shoot them right in the head. And if people feel offended for me saying that, well, that's how it is, guys, because they're trying to shoot you in the head or put you on TV with the orange jumpsuit, and that ain't going to happen.
I mean, it's All I have really honestly is the movie to go off of, right?
Sure.
To try to even get a semblance of empathy in terms of what you guys are going through, and it seems so intense. And Michael Bay is one of my favorite directors. I know
he did a good job.
I'm gonna get a lot of shit for that, but oh well. But
he needs to get more respect than what he does, because he did a damn good job, and he's the only one that could have done the movie.
I absolutely agree.
Right.
Yeah,
yep.
And you know what's that's interesting you said that, because in watching the movie, I'm like, the visuals really made this movie, and it did a lot in really kind of sucking you into it, and you literally found yourselves in the middle of it, feeling like you were actually on that rooftop in a lot of ways, and
that's perfect. I mean, how is that a bad job? And what I tell people when I speak, Michael Bay is the only one that got the colors. All those other movies, they're great. Black Hawk Down. Hey, I know Dale Sizemore. I know Danny McKnight. Colonel McKnight's a very good friend of mine. I know David Floyd, the guys that were there. Sergeant Strucker was my cat. He was my RIP tech when now it's I think it's Colonel Strucker now. He was my cadre when I was going through Ranger Indoc. Those guys, it's a great movie. We Were Soldiers, great movie. Lone Survivor, great movie. Yeah. The colors don't pop. Yeah. The colors aren't bright like they are in combat, and Michael got that, and he got the shakiness down. One of a terrible magazine called Salon. I don't even know why. Awful, worst publication outside of maybe Rolling Stone and Vox, maybe.
I've been the victim of Salon a couple of times. So
they're awful. They're awful. And they said, we didn't like the movie because we couldn't tell who the bad guy was. Oh, welcome to our world. That's what it's like. You have no clue who the bad guys are. They don't wear uniforms. Yeah. So guess what? I guess they got it right. So, and that was he did it right. And again, you never knew where you were. You never knew who was behind you. That's what we wanted you to feel like. And if you did feel like that, he got it right. And I think he did. I think he did an outstanding job. And he's a huge veteran supporter, so he didn't want to let us down. And that people don't realize that with Michael Bay. He's more proud of supporting veterans and being really accepted in the SOCOM community, especially the SEAL community, than I think he is about his awards and making all the money off his movies.
Gotcha. I love him as a director personally. So for all you out
there, he's a drill sergeant, brother. You love him on set. He don't mess around. He tears those actors up. I love him. I was smiling the whole time. He kept looking at me to see if I was smiling on set. He knew I was enjoying it. He kept
awesome. So we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue on.
Sure.